What's up, everybody? Hobby with Cage, episode 257, brought to you by Arena Club and Bleecker Trading. I just did an episode last night, but I had some free time this morning and I had a thought on my brain, especially because, I try to only do like 5 minutes, but it never lasts 5 minutes. And I dedicated a minute or two in yesterday's episode. I've already got a lot of DMs about it. About like the Disney stuff. I talked about how Jesse from Sports Card Nonsense is dressing up like Elsa to try to get you to buy cards, and Winnie the Pooh and whatever else. And it got me thinking. Right, the topic of today's episode, the title, this new top stuff is bananas. Now let me tell you what I mean by that. Right, one of the great things about the hobby, at least for me, and you tell me if you think I'm an idiot, is that every day it seems like there's another different thing to collect, which doesn't mean you have to collect. It doesn't mean you have to expand your collection to include this, but it's a way for more people to be included in the space. It's a way to add new people in, and maybe those people start off collecting something that you don't collect, but maybe they then expand their collection into your world, which can only help you, right? Let's remember, this thing started off basically as baseball. I mean, when you opened a store, it used to be called a baseball card store or a baseball card shop. I still, and old heads like myself, still call these baseball cards, even though clearly the hobby has significantly expanded outside of just baseball cards. But when I was a kid, there were just baseball cards. When I was 10 years old, nobody thought about any other sport of cards. Why? Because while there was a 1980-81 Topps basketball set that we all know now because of the Magic Bird rookie card that's in it, there were no other baseball card sets until 86-87. And don't get me started, I didn't live in the Midwest and didn't open team bags for fun. Yeah, I'm shitting on you star cards. 86-87 Fleer, it came out. Nobody cared, right? That was after my 10th birthday, There was baseball cards. That was it, there were baseball cards. And it clearly has expanded. Shows have expanded, right? You go to the National, it used to be a whole bunch of vintage baseball cards. Why? Because they had a lead, right? They had decades of cards, of collectors, of people investing and buying. And while there are football cards and basketball cards, we can all point to a Wilt Chamberlain rookie card. We can all talk about a Jim Brown rookie card. Those things came in kind of waves, and then they went away because there just wasn't a market for them. It's hard to think about that now because not only is there a market for it, but we have a new release every week. There's enough of a market that we have unlicensed stuff that people still buy. There's lawsuits and craziness about people trying to get licenses for sports that didn't exist. So let's think about that, right? Something like that when I was a kid, you would have thought it was insane. There's not going to be wars of and billions of dollars at stake of who gets to make the basketball cards or the football cards or the soccer cards. Get out, wrestling. Come on. There were wrestling cards in the 80s. So I scoff at some of the new stuff that comes in, but I shouldn't. I have a friend who's a baseball guy. His daughter plays softball. He likes going to Savannah Bananas games. This new top stuff is bananas. You see what I did there? I will never go to a Savannah Bananas game. That's blasphemy to the religion that is baseball. That's not baseball. That's a show. That's Magic Mike on a diamond. Not for me. Maybe for you, if you're that type of guy. Not for me. Yellow tuxedo guy. He's everywhere. People seem to like him. I'm pretty sure he sold out Yankee Stadium. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it doesn't have to be for you. Some people love it. I'm not going to buy Disney Chrome. I'm not going to buy Disney Wonder. I'm not going to buy whatever new Disney product comes out every week. It's not going to have a new crop of rookies. I mean, unless, this is Brother Bear's first card. What the hell are you talking about? But it's a little different, but some people like it. And maybe it gets kids in. And maybe that's a good thing. Hell, I got a bunch of Pokemon cards in my house. I don't really know what that's about. Like, it's funny because in the 80s, when I was a kid, it was baseball cards and nothing else. Pokemon didn't exist. That stuff came out. I was already in law school. So I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know what the hell. Here's the fun part. There's obviously a market for it. I mean, they're graded millions of those cards every month. And it's a growing segment. So maybe the Disney market in 20 years, maybe we'll be looking back and saying, remember when it was new and people thought people were crazy for buying it? Who the hell knows? If that's what you like, if that's what you enjoy, great. But more importantly, take a step back and think about it this way. If it gets new people in the space, if that's an area to kind of, maybe bring in some Comic-Con folks, maybe, expand it out. One of the best booths at Fanatics Fest was, V-Friends. That's something that didn't exist a couple years ago, and that's kind of a crossover, and it's cards and it carries over some of the things that we love about the cards and numbered cards and parallels and pack opening and breaks and the whole deal. There are breakers doing pretty good on Topps Chrome Disney and whatever other Disney crazy products are coming out. And I'm not just limiting it to Disney, right? There's a whole bunch of other stuff. We're talking about, Topps making Labubu. And while I, kind of poo-pooed it a little bit in my weekly news, I'm sure there's a market for it. I will tell you that there are Labubus in my house. I have a daughter. I don't think I'm going to expand that out to cards, but I will take it back to my own collection. My daughter and I do collect cards of a show that she watches on TV. And they make cards for it. And we have a lot of them. And I've spent a lot of money on them. And I'm sure that there are not that many people who collect it. So there's something for everyone. And while I think the new top stuff is bananas, people like those bananas. They like watching dancing pitchers and, acrobatic shortstops and whatever else goes on in those games. I really don't know because I don't watch it. But people do. And if you're somebody who likes the Disney Chrome and you're going to want to buy Labubu cards, have at it. Who the heck are we to judge? We're collecting pictures of men. And there's my 5-minute thought this morning. Sorry to go back to back on an episode. I just did an episode like a few hours ago. So maybe you wake up this morning and have 2 that you get to watch. Lucky you. Thank you, Arena Club and Bleecker Trading, for being the sponsors of yet another episode. 257 of these now. Man, I'm a machine. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.